My name is Majd Sophie. I
Okay.
am majoring in psychology with marketing. I didn't attend the first few months, the first few classes, because I was transferring jobs. But then, starting from March, I was attending almost all of my classes.
Did you meet
which is
any
a
new
lot.
people in March?
Yes, I met a group of friends who are still my friends now, most of them. I actually live with two of them, Pierre and Connor. They're my roommates. I absolutely despise them.
I Black car, you're gonna take a right.
This right here, slow
careful,
down.
Careful. Yep.
The guy seemed like a douchebag from the start.
Okay.
He wasn't very fun. He was kind of like very self-conscious, and he would this self-consciousness would kind of reflect negatively on other people, the way he talks to other people, and it's very easy to say how insecure he was. Which is not an issue by itself. It's just the problem is the way he talked to other people would always, his insecurity would always change his behavior with other people. And it was kind of exhausting talking to him the whole time, but he was very good friends with my two other friends, so I just kind of said, I'll tolerate him until whenever. Apartment. I was looking for a place, and Jonathan offered me to stay at his mom's place, at his mom's apartment. And I agreed, and I waited for him to actually, get it ready and stuff, but he never did actually offer me to move in. So he did screw me over. I was meant to move into the apartment in I think the beginning of June, and he just kept saying, oh, my mom is traveling, oh, I don't have the key. He just kept giving excuses until I was out of time, and my term at the dorms was almost over. So I had to stay at Pierre's apartment, and that wasn't very great. So we grew closer because Jonathan was inviting us over to all of these hangouts, and we thought that was pretty nice of him. It was very social. So at the time we just thought he was a nice person. So then when we moved into his mom's apartment, he was staying over the whole time, and even though he told us it's a 3-bedroom apartment, it's going to be 3 people staying there, it wasn't. We moved in, the 3 of us, me, Connor, and Pierre, and then Jonathan invited 2 other people to stay over in the apartment, literally on the floor, just sleeping on a mattress on the floor the whole time. And there was 2 other people just living on the floor, literally just sleeping on a mattress the whole time. They didn't know they were going to do that, but Jonathan offered them to stay over in the apartment. The room was taken, so they ended up on the floor for months until they could find a new place. And Jonathan himself stayed over in the apartment. So the apartment was very packed, there were too many people, and it was too small, and as a result it was really dirty. It was a really nasty apartment. It just was not, that apartment did not have living conditions. It was just nasty as hell. And we didn't know that, this is how we were gonna end up, right? We thought it was gonna be just a normal 3 college students living together, but that wasn't the case. So when it was time for us to move out, when we got sick of it, we told Jonathan, you know what, we're leaving, we can't deal with this. And he apparently was very upset. He went to Pierre and he said, why are you stealing my friends, man? Don't steal my friends. But that did actually happen. But eventually we had to move out. When we moved out, him and his mom refused to give us our deposit back. We paid a $2,000 deposit when we moved in, and they said because the place was so dirty, we couldn't actually get it back, which makes no sense because they didn't need $2,000. They didn't need $4,000. It was me and Connor who paid a deposit. So they took $4,000 because the place was dirty. And the place was dirty because they moved in so many people into the apartment we were staying at that it was bound to get dirty. There was no getting around it. It was nasty the whole time, 24/7, nasty house. So, once we moved out and we just thought about it and we realized that he actually literally stole 4,000 dirhams from us, we were just like, screw that guy, we're not talking to him. There was another issue actually. When we moved out of that apartment, we moved all the 3 of us, me, Connor, and Pierre, to another apartment. Connor was going through a lot of issues at the time. He had his girlfriend, her name was Sabrina, I believe. and they hit it off at first, but then she cheated on him while he was in Australia. He was in a place called Wollongong, and when he came back, he found out that she cheated on him, and he just got depressed. He started drinking a lot, sometimes defecating in public, sometimes defecating on the couch in the living room. It was just nasty. But when Connor needed help, Jonathan took that opportunity to steal chargers, controllers, and Pierre's money. So of course, at that stage, we were like, we're not making any more exceptions. Screw that guy, for real this time. And we just never talked to him again.
Alright. Thank you so much, Faust.
So anytime.